But Mom, nothing. I'll show you, Mom. People, what is up? This is SH-TBLOCK, and welcome to another episode of Dear Shady, episode number 9. Alright, people, what's up? This is just me doing me all by myself. I get the first blood red over here. This is my first match of my second stage. So this was a little bit ago. I was playing by myself. You'll see in here that basically I have some stage guys on my teams, but I go way positive, and the only other person on my team goes like 10 and 9. Everybody else gets real negative, and we're not even going against like stage players. We're going against like three non-stage players at least. So, anyways, I pull it out in the end, and I get the win for my team. So enjoy watching the video as we talk about today's question. Dear Shitty, how do I get my mom/parents to get me the games I want? I do all my chores and get good grades. It's not a money problem either. Please help. They won't let me get violent games because my father is a felon, and they don't want me to follow in his footsteps, with quotation marks. My dad has changed, and he is not the guy, or he has not got in trouble for 10 years. My mom won't let me get any M games, mature games, and sometimes restricts me from even teen games. And I am 15 years old. Again, please help. Okay. Well, bottom line, look, your mom or your parents, they don't want you to get the games. Guess what? You're probably not going to get the game. Your parents are going to dictate what you do until you're, living in their house until you're 18, and that's the way that is. That being said, though, that doesn't mean that I agree with your mom or agree with her philosophy about violent games. I'm going to tell any stories in this episode, like usual, about me and my life, but I'm going to emphasize a couple things, about me personally, to get personal. My father also, came from Puerto Rico, was involved with, some hustling stuff and some gang affiliated stuff, and not always, did the right thing, and, he was in, he went to jail for a little bit. He did some drugs. He beat up some people. He did all kinds of shady things that you could think of to survive, and met my mom, and he changed. And then when I came around, there was a big change in my family. My dad was the stay-at-home dad, even though that were his job. He went, for a lot. He went out to play pool and win money, hustle. He was a really like a pro billiards player, and that's what he kind of his hustle went into. Not against random noobs, but some really good things. All right. That being said, I was brought up in the city. My parents were poor when we first started out. My mom's been a workaholic all her life. She's German. She's white. She's been, like I said, working all her life, and she was the foundation of the family. My dad was the stay-at-home dad that went and had side jobs on the side for his family and the pool stuff and taking care of me. When I was a little kid, I witnessed my cousin OD on some heroin, and I told some people about this story, but maybe not everybody. I do not like needles. I have to watch a shot go into my arm and shit because of this. But I remember at age of 5 in the tub pulling out a needle out of my limp cousin's arm that he passed away right there in that bathroom. That changed me. I was actually, at that time I was actually, bringing little brown bags to his friend's house. Obviously, I was the drug mule that, obviously not a drug mule, but I was the little drug person going to the house, for him and shit like that. I've never, I've never smoked weed. A lot of my friends do. I'm not gonna say all, but most of my friends are very, into smoking weed and shit like that. I think I've been drunk maybe like 3 times in my life, and there's many members of my family that are alcoholics. I don't like to drink, and even when I drink, I'll have like 2 shots of like Patron or something, and then I go play pool, or I hang out with my friends, or I'm at the club. And when I was doing this, didn't matter if I was working at a club as security, or when I was doing, hanging out at the club, or when I was doing comedy at clubs, or whatever the fuck the case is. You know what I mean? Like, I did whatever. I never wanted to drink. I never, it was never in me. Okay, violence. I've did martial arts since I was like 4 years old. I've been in many fights. I've been stabbed. I was nightclub security. I've been stabbed. I've been shot at. I had my eye almost ripped out. I never wanted to grab a gun. I have guns at my house, legal guns. I've been over at my friend's house who are, drug dealers and stuff like that had guns around and all that stuff. I've never wanted to kill anybody with a gun. If I had a fight, I'll fight with them. I never wanted to stab anybody. I've been playing violent video games for a long, long time. Obviously, I'm a little older, so my violent video games didn't come out until about like the 90s, because I was playing, the Marios and all that stuff on the original Nintendo. My violent video game started out as like Double Dragon and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and then went into like Doom, the first-person shooters like Doom, Quake, stuff like that. So, me personally, I believe it's the person, the person you are, if you're, people can lead you into certain directions and shit like that, but if you're that person, then you're gonna hurt somebody because that's you. You want to get addicted to that kind of lifestyle. It's, you want to be cool with your friends. You know what I mean? I was never cool with my friends. I was with my friends, and they thought I was cool. You know what I mean? I was a leader in my own right, even if I was, following my friend and what they wanted to do and stuff like that. They never made me like, I gotta smoke because my friends smoke, and I gotta do weed because my friends do weed, and they're not gonna like me because I don't freaking drink and smoke with them all the time. I got friends that have been my friends for years, you know what I mean, and they love me for who I am, and I love them for who they are, and I don't, unless the only time I ever said anything about drugs with my friends is if it was messing and fucking up their lives, and making them do shit that, it wasn't right. If you want to be the cool kid and you think you're cool, and that's the reason why you do this, then yeah, you're going to be doing this, you're going to do this stuff, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be good. I do not believe playing video games or Call of Duty or even Grand Theft Auto. Even though I never got into that game, I thought it was kind of stupid. But I'm not to hurt anybody's feelings out there. It's my own personal opinion. Okay, I did play the game. I thought it was kind of funny, but overall, I wouldn't sit there for days on end playing Grand Theft Auto by myself, beating up a hooker and trying to steal a car. It's not my type of game. I'd rather play Red Dead Redemption, which has got a better story. But anyways, so I don't think that playing a video game will make you turn violent. I think most of the people that play I know there's stupid fucking people out there, okay? There's stupid fucking people. I know that me playing a video game, you know what I mean, and my logic in my head is like, yeah, I died like 15 times in this match. In a real life with a real gun, either I'm going to kill somebody or they're going to kill me. And if I get killed, there's no coming back. Like, in my head, I realize it's just a freaking game. I'm not a gun enthusiast just because I play with all these different guns and, oh, look at this. This is cool. I would wonder what an M4 feels in my hands, Like, unfortunately, I got a chance to fire an AK-74. I got to fire M4s before, M16s, a fucking R700. .30-06. You know, my neighbors are gun enthusiasts, so you know I've been able to shoot these things, but I don't think about like, oh, I got a thing, you know, I got this gun, so now I'm gonna like go kill people. You know what I mean? Like that is, and it's not making me violent, you know. So I think that maybe if your mom hears this, she might not like all the swearing in it, but she'll understand where I'm coming from, that I'm a good dude, and everything's gravy. All right? Thanks for watching. Peace!
Victory. Good work, comrades.
You made it to the end. You get a cookie.